ng pag-uulat ng mag-uulat sa programang ito ay hindi ang pangunahing posisyon o pahayag ng pamumunuan ng organisasyong ito. The views and opinions expressed in this live report are those of the presenter and do not necessarily reflect the official policy or position of the management of this organization. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to our first The Inclusive Report episode for this year, and Happy New Year as well. Today is Thursday, January 13, 2022. I am Carlos Miguel Kanahashi, and together with me is Sir Mark Betita, and we're broadcasting simultaneously on InkluRadyo and on the Hands in Inclusion Philippines YouTube channel. For our opening remarks, let's have Sir Mark Betita. Your mic, please.
Hello po sa inyong lahat. Magandang gabi po sa inyong lahat. Pagpalain naman po tayo ng buong may kapal at sana po lagi po kayong ligtas. And please keep safe and paglalabas po lagi po magsusuot ng face mask para po makaiwas po sa sakit. Maraming po salamat. Take care.
Okay. Right. Thank you, Sir Mark. We shall commence our presentation in just a moment and we will be back after our commercials. Now this. Okay. Okay. Welcome back to our The Inclusive Report episode for this day, ladies and gentlemen. So this afternoon, we will discuss to you about what are the four attitudes of a good life. So as you may know, as 2022 starts, and as also part of the ways on how to create a good New Year's resolution, that's why what are the four attitudes on how to make your life good? So without further ado, here now is our topic, four attitudes of a good life. Sir Mark, next slide please. Okay, so we will introduce to you our topic for this day. So ladies and gentlemen, next slide please. In the four attitudes of a good life, we infer other people's attitudes, primarily from their behavior. We infer our own attitudes because almost exclusively from what we have thought and say, largely overlooking inconsistencies with our behavior. We can make our attitudes match our behavior by intentionally developing habits, behaviors that bypass ego filters. So that's why we need to show that we have a good life. In order for us to show that we are always good, especially this year as we start the year right, by creating your New Year's resolution based on our previous topic last Monday on our editorial episode. Next slide, please. Next slide, please. So, now the good news is we can make our attitudes match our behavior by intentionally developing habits, behaviors that run on autopilot. For instance, I've trained myself when making a behavior request of family members to ask sincerely, does this sound fair? Suffice it to say, as a frail human, my requests are not always fair, asking giving me a chance to amend them. So that's why, ladies and gentlemen, we need ways on how can we improve our life, especially as we begin this new year as well. Ladies and gentlemen. Next slide, please. So, what is the essence of our topic? Well, first of all, one basic way that we can use the word good is to express moral approval. So, when we say someone is living well or that they have lived a good life, we may simply mean that they are good. Someone who is courageous, honest, trustworthy, kind, selfless, generous, helpful, loyal, principled, flexible, and of course, and other values as well. So that's why based on that essence, ladies and gentlemen, the good thing is that we need to show that we're always good. Especially dapat maging naunawain, maawain, dapat magiging magalang, pagkikipagtulungan sa kapwa, magiging tapat, at iba pa. Next slide, please. My question is, ladies and gentlemen, what are the four attitudes of a good life? First is the attitude of connection. Connection is a mental state. We feel connected by our thoughts more than behavior. Albeit thoughts of connection produce more connecting behavior, expressions of interest, love and affection, appreciation, enjoyment, and passion. Connection is also a choice. We choose to feel connected and choose to feel disconnected or isolated. In general, we like ourselves better when we choose to feel connected. Empirical evidence suggests that we function at our best with some investment in three levels of connection: intimate, collective, and transcendent. So, what I will define this to you guys one by one. When we say intimate is you are always familiar with, or who are you close with, or you're acquainted with. When we say collective means you're collaborating or you're working together. And transcendent means that you are climbing or going beyond or going to the extra mile, ladies and gentlemen. So let us dig deeper on these based on the words collective, transcendent, and intimate. Next slide, please. So when we say collective, it results from emotional investment of a group, wherein individual concerns are secondary. Collective connections provide important feelings of belonging and social identity. Transcendent connection helps us relate to something greater than the self. Example, God, morality, nature, the cosmos, or simply the vast sea of humanity. Intimate connection includes good friends, lovers, and family members. These are the most personal of bonds, with the greatest amount of self-disclosure and investment in the well-being of others. To thrive, they require affection, unconditional safety, and security for all parties, relative freedom from resentment and hostility, and compassion whenever needed. Next slide, please. In the attitude of improvement, people with the attitude of improvement assume that no matter what happens, they'll make the best of it. They'll consider possible outcomes of behavior choices and develop contingency plans when appropriate. They're confident not that they won't make mistakes or fail, but that when they do, they'll recover, compensate, and eventually succeed. Perceived ability to cope is usually less than actual ability to cope. We almost always cope better than we think we will. We're not descended from the early humans who overestimated their ability to cope, who thought they could jump across the cliff or take on the saber-toothed tiger. Underestimating the ability to cope tends to yield safer choices while increasing anxiety. When we say the attitude of improvement, we need ways on how to improve, ladies and gentlemen. Like, you should improve yourself. Sometimes, ladies and gentlemen, we make mistakes. And also, sometimes, we need ways on how to correct them. That's why we need to show that we are always improving. Next slide, please. In the attitude of self-reward, take a brief moment at the completion of each task, no matter how trivial, to acknowledge your success. Stress worsens when we race from task to task with no acknowledgement of success. Error rates balloon when we begin thinking about the next task before completing the current one. A few seconds of self-reward reduces stress and error rates without slowing down overall performance. So that's why no matter what, in order for you to achieve, you need to reward yourself. Give incentives to yourself. And also to to accept your reward as well. Next slide, please. The last one is the attitude of appreciation. Autopilot functioning precludes appreciation, making life seem dull, flat, and unprofitable. Despite, or rather, to develop the habit of noticing things about people, nature, creative works, crafts, or ideas to appreciate, your world will become brighter and more interesting. That's why we need to appreciate regardless when when you appreciate someone or appreciate what you have in your life, ladies and gentlemen. Next slide, please. So, ladies and gentlemen, to ensure our well being, the four attitudes of a good life must become behavioral habits. The brain forms habits through repetition. Mindfully practice connection, improvement, self reward, and appreciation until you begin to do them automatically. A strong mind can carry around a weak body, but a weak mind cannot carry even a strong body. So these are the four attitudes that can help you keep a peaceful state of mind. So, ladies and gentlemen, the reason why we need to discuss this in our podcast for this day is because as we begin the year right, we need ways on how to show that we are always having a good life, not only to ourselves but to everyone as well. Ito ay ginawa hindi lamang sa atin, kundi sa ating lahat, ladies and gentlemen. So, Sir Mark, question. How can we show, Sir Mark, tanong ko sa iyo, how can we show that we always have a good life? Lalo na pagsimula ng taon. Ito.
By freeing us from stress, dapat nagpapatawad po tayo sa mga taong nagkakasala sa atin, kalimutan po lahat ng problema, at maging masaya. Live a happy life. Yan po.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Okay, so that concludes our topic for this day. We'll be back with our announcements. We will have another round of commercials right when we come back. Okay. Welcome back to the Inclusive Report episode for this day. So, Sir Mark, next slide, please. We have some very important announcements. My first announcement. Next slide, please. First of all, ladies and gentlemen, in order for us to help our organization, please purchase our products from the HNI Inclusion Philippines online shop. So our products that are up for sale in our online shop are our merchandises, our One Inclusion Nation t-shirts, and the One Inclusion Nation tote bags. For the One Inclusion Nation t-shirts is available in red, black, blue, white, and yellow. All sizes worth 275 pesos. For our One Inclusion Nation tote bags is available in white and black. Sizes are ranged from medium to large, and prices are ranged between 150 to 200 pesos. So how can you order, ladies and gentlemen? Well, first of all, we'll be very strict on payments. Payment first before purchase. I repeat, payment first before purchase. And we're accepting payments from GCash, and we will deliver your ordered products via GoGo Express and LBC as well. Next slide, please. So, ladies and gentlemen, the Housing Inclusion Philippines online shop is temporarily closed for areas under Alert Level 5, but it will continue to serve in areas under Alert Level 1, 2, 3, and 4 only. So the Housing Inclusion Philippines online shop is open to the customers living in areas under Alert Level 1, 2, 3, and 4 only. Its operating hours are from 12 midnight to 11:59 in the evening. For a full list of orders, please visit the Hansen Inclusion Philippines online shop or email us at hansen.inclusion@gmail.com. Next slide, please. Another way, ladies and gentlemen, in order for us to help our organization is to scan and donate using GCash as well. Well, first of all, to be honest, we have already been struggling with our financial problems, including us here in this organization. This will be a big help to us, to our organization. Ito ay bahagi ng ating paraan para makatulong sa amin dito sa ating organisasyon. So, how can you do this? Regardless, no matter what, it doesn't really matter if the amount is smaller or larger. It will be appreciated for you guys to help Hansen Inclusion Philippines as well. How can you do this? How can you do this? Scan and donate using GCash or this QR code that is flashed on your screen. You will also use this in one of um, our what we call as our payment methods in our online shop as well. So ladies and gentlemen, what are you waiting for? Please, please, please lang. Please lang. Please lang. Please continue to help Hansen Inclusion Philippines. Scan and donate using GCash and this QR code that is flashed on your screen and purchase our products in our online shop as well. This will be a great big help to us and our organization. Ito ay pinaka bahagi nating tulong para sa atin dito sa organisasyong ito. So please help Hansen Inclusion Philippines for its fundraising project. We're aiming to raise funds in our organization. Let us have the time to rebuild in order for us to have a bigger, better, and a bolder Hansen Inclusion Philippines. So the proceeds from the sales in the online shop and for your donations will go to us here in Hansen Inclusion Philippines, especially for the formality, for its expenses, as well as for the financial aid of our members due to the effects of this trying time as well. Guys, for those who did this, you be graduated. And for those who did this, thank you for your continuous generosity and for your support to our organization. For those who did this, thank you very much in advance as well. You will also see this, by the way, in our social media pages of Hansen Inclusion Philippines as well, ladies and gentlemen. So before we go over to our next slide, we have another announcement. So guys, if you have any problems with your computer or your desktop or computer repairs or software problems, please don't hesitate to message Sir Mark Betita on his Facebook page, Computer Repair Service. So if you have any problems in your computer or laptop, he can assist you. PM or private message Sir Mark Betita so that he can do everything in order for you for your computer to work again. Aside from this, you can other services like the PC reformat or laptop, virus removal, or access to upgrades to your computer as well. And guys, you can also do it. Just follow the Facebook page of Mark PC Laptop Reformat and Tune Up Services based in Angeles, based in Pampanga. So guys, for those who want to do this, please inform Sir Mark immediately so that he can um, so so that he can assist you with your problems or troubleshooting in your computer as well. Next slide, please. Anyway, let's move on to our next slide. So we have some events coming up for the month of January in Best Buddies Philippines. This Saturday at 4 p.m. on our BBP Saturday series or Best Buddies Philippines Saturday series of learning, we'll be having yoga and meditation with Athena Marasigan and Willard Bile. And also our special guest for our Saturday series on that day is Teacher Iya of Iya Yoga Studio. And after this, we will be having our first Wellness Wednesday on January 19 at 3 p.m. with Coach Pepper and BFit. On January 21st at 5 p.m., Best Buddies Philippines will have a webinar about disaster risk reduction and management entitled Buddies, Be Prepared. This is a joint between Best Buddies Philippines, the Philippine Red Cross, AXA Insurance, and SM Cares. On January 22 at 4 p.m., Healthy Eating with Bernice Paraiso. And on January 29 at 4 p.m., it will be Slime Time and Fruity Fun with Bea Francisco. So if you want to join these events, ladies and gentlemen, for January 15, 19, 21, 22, and 29, follow Best Buddies Philippines on Facebook and Instagram. Send them a message and they will send you a registration form and link as well. In Best Buddies Philippines, make a friend, be a friend. Next slide, please. This will be a great big help if we support for Project Sold Out. This is a joint between Hiraya Gallery and Special Achievers Philippines, Ateneo Special Education Society, Autism Strong Philippines, Best Buddies Philippines, College of Rehabilitation Sciences Student Council, Hands in Inclusion Philippines, Little Hans Isco with UNICEF, Philippine Academy of Occupational Therapists Incorporated, the Society of Occupational Therapy Majors, the ABLE Center, Tugon Ateneo, the UP Collegiate Association of Speech Pathologists, and You Belong PH. So if you want to check this out, please check Special Achievers Facebook page as well. Next slide, please. If you're feeling hungry, especially want to have it for your breakfast, for your lunch, or your dinner, then you may order some of the foods from the Sobra Comfort Food Restaurant and the Kuya Korea Restaurant. For the Sobra Comfort Food Restaurant, for our menu, for our all-day breakfast, we have tapa sobra, chicken tocino, corned beef brisket, homemade spam, and beef salpicao. Sizes are ranged between solo to large, and prices are ranged between 265 pesos to 1,450 pesos. Next slide, please. For our rice trays, we have beef bulgogi, beef shawarma, beef gyudon, pork crackling bits, pork belly burnt ends, charred chicken, and boneless fried chicken. Sizes are ranged between solo to large, and prices are ranged between 265 pesos to 1,700 pesos. Next slide, please. For our sandwiches, we have the fried chicken sandwiches, Food Pro sandwich, corned beef sandwich, and chicken tocino sandwich. Sizes are ranged between regular, large, and solo, and also box of fours. And prices are ranged between 320 pesos to 1,540 pesos. Ladies and gentlemen. Next slide, please. For our pasta, we have mac and cheese and penne and gorgonzola. For the mac and cheese and penne and gorgonzola pasta, sizes are ranged between solo to large and prices are ranged between 290 pesos to 1,350 pesos. Next slide, please. So my question is, how can we order in the Sobra Comfort Food website? First, head over to the Sobra Comfort Food website. Select the dishes you want to order. Choose between pick up or delivery. Pay conveniently through any of the same integrated payment methods. And of course, your order is confirmed. Please check your text or your email for your orders as well. Next slide, please. So if you want to crave for something Korean, then you may order some of the foods from the Kuya Korea restaurant. If you want to order there, so for the Kuya Korea restaurant, the menus are for our rice bowl, we have beef bulgogi, beef bibimbap, pork samgyup, and our K-pop chicken with the flavors of gochu, ganjang, chicken, and K-buffalo. So prices are range between 195 to 220 pesos. For our chicken, for the boneless popcorn chicken, sizes are range between half to whole and prices are range between 235 pesos to 435 pesos. With the flavors of gochu, ganjang, chicken, NK, buffalo. Also, for our extras, we have plus the sauce are black sesame mayo, kimchi, gochu, ganjang, fried fish cake, egg, kimchi fried rice, and kimchi. Prices are ranged between 18 pesos to 55 pesos. And also for our drinks for the Kuya Korea restaurant, the soju and milkies. Milkies. Milkies is only 50 pesos and for the soju is only 120 pesos. And also for the deliveries, payments may be done online via credit or debit card, bank transfer, and GCash. And we accept orders up to 5 prior to your delivery date. So if you want to order, then please check the Kuya Korea website for your orders as well. Next slide, please. Then, if you lastly follow Hands in Inclusion Philippines on our social media pages and its digital platforms as well. It will be appreciated for you guys to do this as early as now. Follow us on Facebook, Hands in Inclusion PH, InkluRadyo, InkluSports, InkluNihan, and the online shop. Instagram, Hands in Inclusion PH, Kumu, HNI Philippines, and of course, subscribe to our Hands in Inclusion Philippines YouTube channel. So guys, for those who did this, thank you very much. Next slide, please. For our greetings, I would like to have a shout out to Sir Mark Betita, to Annalyn Lopez, Lady Jane Florese, and to ang tropang PWD friends, including Paulo or Mark Betita. To those who are celebrating their birthdays today, happy birthday and expect the more birthdays to come. To those who are celebrating their anniversaries, happy anniversary as well. And of course, I would like to say good evening and thank you to the following. To my family, good evening as well. To Hands in Inclusion Philippines, Best Buddies Philippines, Best Buddies Benilde, and other PWD organizations, thank you very much as well. To my high school and college friends, good evening as well. And also to those who are watching, it may be a good morning, good afternoon, or good evening wherever you are in the world. I hope you guys are in a good mood, but if not, you may use this time to improve on your mental health and your well-being as well. And then also, I hope you guys are in good shape and in good health as well, especially here in NCR, where we're experiencing the surge of the COVID-19 cases. And let us continue to be safe, observe the public health protocols, get vaccinated, and pray for healing in order for us to end this trying time as well. Okay, next slide, please, Sir Mark. Before we wrap up our show, here now is our quote for the day. So, our quote for the day from Brian Tracy. An attitude of positive expectation is the mark of the superior personality. So that's why we need ways on how to show that we have attitudes in our good life. So that's why we need ways on how to improve our well-being. And also this is in order for us to show that we are always good as well. And then also in order for us to show that we're always good and also to show that na dapat kaya maging matino at dapat maging mabait tayo. Okay. Okay. So, ladies and gentlemen, that's a wrap for our The Inclusive Report episode for Thursday, January 13, 2022. I'll be back again this coming weekends for Saturday and Sunday for the One Inclusion Live Weekend. Magpayo tayo ka-inclusion and our special report. So, on behalf of InkluRadyo and Hands in Inclusion Philippines, I am your host, Carlos Miguel Kanahashi, and together with me is Sir Mark, Betita for our technicals, saying, May the Almighty God bless us all. May awa ang Diyos, makakaraos pa tayo. Sama-sama tayong lalaban para sa pangarap, pamilya at bayan hanggang sa ating tatak para sa One Inclusion Nation. Muli, magandang gabi sa ating lahat at pagpalain nawa tayo ng Diyos ng poong may kapal. Pilipinas, God first. HNI, God first. Thank you very much for watching the Inclusive Report. Have a pleasant evening to all and bye for now. And continue to be safe and healthy. Bye-bye.